Dear students, today we are going to study a new poem, Dover Beach, written by Matthew Arnold. The poem Dover Beach begins with a serene description of the sea by the poet who stood on the coast to enjoy the captivating beauty of the sea. A mood of the scenery awareness is as the landscape composed of the tranquil sea, moonlight, and the strait gives a picture that is constituted of balance, stability, and harmony. The strait refers to the Strait of Dover between the English Channel and the North Sea. The light that gleams and is gone, in the literal sense, brings into the picture a light that is flickering on the French coast. Metaphorically, however, the light is regarded as the fluctuating faith in God and religion. Let us move to the stanza-wise explanation. First stanza: Come to the window, sweet is the night air, only from the long line of spray, where the sea meets the moon-blanched land. Listen, you hear the grating roar of pebbles which the waves draw back and fling at their return up the high strand. Begin and cease, and then begin with tremulous cadence, slow, and bring the eternal note of sadness in. A beautiful image is evoked as the beach, drenched with the water drops and blanched with the bright moonlight, makes the sand look white. The jarring roar of the pebbles caused by the ebb and flow of the sea creates a striking contrast to the pleasant atmosphere described in the first few lines. It produces a depressing, tragic, and undulating appeal. The continuous and endless movements of the waves brings in a deep sense of melancholy, an eternal note of sadness in human life. Moving to the second stanza, Sophocles long ago heard it on the Aegean, and it brought into his mind and turbid ebb and flow of human misery. We find also in the sound of thought, hearing it by this distant northern sea. It is an allusion to the famous tragic poet Sophocles. The despondent and monotonous sound of the waves reminds him of the despair with which Sophocles observed the misery and sufferings of human beings in life as he heard the melancholic sound of waves of the Aegean Sea. The poet too finds himself deeply affected by the tragic aspects of the sea and of human fate. Nobody is free from the eternal sufferings that human beings find themselves in. The disordered rise and fall of human misery are symbolic to the ebb and flow of the sea waves. The sea is an archetypical image invested with the sentiment of divine dignity. Moving to the third stanza, the sea of faith was once too at the full, and round earth's shore lay like folds of bright girdle furled, but now I only hear its melancholy long withdrawing roar, retreating to the breath of the night wind down the vast edged drearer and naked shingles of the world. The faith in religion that, owing to the advancement in science and materialism, was rapidly losing its significance is compared to a sea. A sense of doubt and despair pervaded, leaving man vulnerable and dejected. The spiritual and religious faith that was once unbreakable was shivering now. The sea of faith that enveloped the world just like a girdle is fastened around the waist of an individual has now receded. The sea no longer conducts the acts of ablution round earth's human shores. Science questioned and challenged the religious and spiritual ideas, inducing doubts in people's minds. The dominating and loud roar of religious faith was now retreating. The strength, loud and intense roar of the sea of faith was now replaced by a gloomy and withdrawing roar. The night wind here symbolizes disbeliefs and doubts. Faith has been darkened by science. Naked shingles, in the literal sense, refers to the pebbles that are naked because the water has receded. However, it hints at the idea that when faith is lost, there is no divine delight to clothe us. Swinburne's remark rightly fits into the context as he says, "The clothes are well enough, but where has the body gone?" Moving to the last stanza, "Oh, love, let us be true to one another, for the world which seems to lie before us like a land of dreams, so various, so beautiful, so new, hath really neither joy, nor love, nor light, nor certitude, nor peace, nor help for pain. And we are here as on darkling pain, swept with confused lamps of struggle and flight, where ignorant armies clash by night." The final paragraph opens with an expression of intense despair and sorrow pent up in mind of the poet. Love is invoked as the ultimate solace with the sense of a certain consolation. According to the poet, in a world that has been tormented by deception, lies, and gloom, love is the ultimate truth. The world seems to be like a deceptive land of dreams which culminates the hopelessness and pain. The reality is contrasted to the appearance and illusion trust life to be. Life is a cacophony of turmoil in which human beings are swallowed by the darkling plain, where there is no joy, no love, no faith, no certainty, no harmony, and no help. Lovers in their common suffering require the comfort of constancy as we, as human beings, are more often brought together more by sorrow than by happiness. A kind of darkness surrounds human destiny as they clash with each other on work alarms with a sense of primitivism and savagery. And the clash is as endless as time and tide. Humanity has lost its substance and spirit as they indulge in meaningless acts of battles and wars, spreading only despair and hopelessness. Let us revise the value points of the poem. Thank you.